Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, and welcome to our channel. There are numerous miracles hidden in the verses of the Holy Quran, and over time, as scientists and explorers discover and invent new things, that's only when the human brain could understand the hidden secrets of the Quran. Decoding the Holy Quran is a great task, and it could not be achieved unless we understand the verses of the Holy Quran in the light of science. So far, a human eye has found few scientific facts of the Quranic verses. Until the Day of Judgment, people will keep discovering more and more of the secrets hidden in the Quran. So today we will disclose one of the scientific facts hidden in verse 19 and 20 of chapter Surah Rahman of the Holy Quran. If you've ever observed a satellite image of the Earth, you might have noticed that all the water just looks like one giant pool of water. And you might ponder as to why is it that one water body has been divided and given different names as oceans. But you'd be surprised to know that the oceans aren't just one large water body. The oceans actually have boundaries that you yourself can distinguish with your own eyes. Fascinatingly, the water boundaries between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean is like a portal to a new world. It's as if something invisible was preventing these two from mixing. Both oceans have very different colors, and you can tell them apart just by looking with your bare eyes. This reality is just discovered in recent times by scientists in the age of satellites, and when man explored the reality of oceans. However, this truth was revealed by the Almighty Allah 1500 years ago. It is mentioned in the Holy Quran, Surah Rahman, verse 19 and 20. It says, "He has made the two seas to flow freely so that they meet together, when between them is an invisible barrier which they cannot pass. Which then of the bounties of your Lord will you deny?" Immediately, a question arises in people's mind. How is this even possible? How can there be a visible barrier between water? To know the answer, we'll have to dive into some science. These borders are termed as oceanclines. Specifically, the ones between the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean are called haloclines due to the difference in their salinity or salt concentration. Jacques Cousteau, a famous explorer and French scientist, was the first person to have made this discovery in the Strait of Gibraltar whilst deep diving there. The seawater was divided in layers based on the salinity, and each layer had its own unique flora and fauna. The conditions for a halocline to appear is for the water in one ocean or sea to be 5 times saltier than the other. If you want to replicate this at home, you can simply do so by mixing fresh water with seawater, with the only notable difference being that your halocline will be horizontal, unlike vertical ones. If you ever studied basic physics, you might start wondering about how the difference in density should make the horizontal layers instead of vertical ones. That logic simply doesn't apply here, as the difference in density is nearly not enough for that to happen, although it's just about enough to prevent them from mixing. However, the main reason they don't mix is actually inertia, which is a property possessed by anything that has mass. If you ever suddenly stopped a car and felt a jerk in the forward direction, that is due to inertia. Inertial forces is one of many types. The one that causes the phenomenon of the oceans is due to the force named the Coriolis force. Basically, due to the Earth's rotation, inorbitic objects on Earth that freely move are acted upon by this force and are prevented from changing their path while simultaneously creating clockwise and anti-clockwise rotations in the southern and northern hemispheres respectively. But the Earth is moving slowly. It takes the planet a whole day to make a full circle around its axis. That's why the Coriolis effect gets obvious only in long time intervals, with cyclones and ocean flows. And this is why the direction of flows in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans is different. It also doesn't let them mix. Do you think the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans are the only water bodies that do not get mixed? Well, here's a list for more examples of such climes. At first we have the North and the Baltic Seas. And we also have the Mediterranean and the Atlantic Ocean, which meet at the Strait of Gibraltar. And the Caribbean Sea in the Atlantic Ocean. And we also have the Suriname River in America with the Atlantic Ocean, and the Rio Negro and Solimões rivers, which are both part of the Amazon River. The list is very long. So what do you think? Why all these bodies flow together but do not mix? Because there is an invisible barrier between them. This is what Allah has stated in Holy Quran 1500 years ago. When Allah wants something to happen, He just says be, and it is. Reference is the Holy Quran, Surah Yasin 36, 82, 83.
أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون